Welcome to Life Words Day by Day, where we are studying 1 Samuel chapter 1. And we're talking about biblical worship and how it's not marked by what we deem appropriate. And one reason is because what we would deem appropriate would not be much of a sacrifice. We have enough trouble reaching the low bar of 10% tithes. Another reason why the offerings were to be brought to the temple was because those offerings were used in the service of taking care of the priest. The Levites and the priest didn't own any land or cattle or goats or fields to grow anything. They were dependent upon the sacrificial offerings that the people would bring. So the priests were dependent upon the consistency of the worshipers and also upon those worshipers' adherence to God's word. The worship of the people was a way not only to honor God, but also a way to honor God's words and ways that came through the priest. This is why when at my church we talk about the offering, we don't say, let's pause our worship and take an offering. No, we say, let's continue to worship. It's why we don't say when it's time for preaching, worship is over, now let's open up God's word. No, honoring God's word and the delivery method that He has established is part of worship. And this is why we do not leave our worship up to the whims of random people in the congregation. Biblical worship adheres to God's word. And God's word at that time called for certain animal sacrifices to be made at a certain time in a certain place. The travel was part of the worship, of showing devotion to God. Today, when you pray, please pray for Uber Aliaga, our changemaker missionary in Peru. And also remember the Hungarian Life Word broadcast that's heard in Hungary.